All right. So if I didn't know any better, and if you just look at this movie's cast and some of the terminology that they throw into this, I could have sworn that this is a secret Marvel movie because they talk about junctions and voids and all that stuff. And considering the fact that Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen are in this, this has got to be a secret Marvel movie. I mean, come on now. It's got to be, right? Hey guys, what's going on? It's Daniel Strong from QuickTime Reactions, and yeah, you're getting a Monday into Tuesday movie review, which is pretty insane. I had a bit of a, I should say, free week because I'm actually going to a new job. I got myself a new job, and so I have a bit of a free week to basically have a mini vacation before I start my next job. So I decided, why not? We're gonna go see some movies and talk about some TV shows while I am on my little break, shall we say. And I went to AMC's mystery movie tonight, and I will be honest with you, I had no idea going into this what it was going to be, because I usually frequent the Reddit that kind of breaks down like, oh, what the mystery movie is going to be. I had no inclination of what it was going to be until I watched the final trailer before the movie played. And then I knew what it was. It is A24's most recent offering, I shall say, a movie in which I've actually reacted to the trailer for. It is called Eternity. This one stars Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, Callum Turner, John Early, Davinejoyrandolph, as well as a whole host of others. And it tells the story about an old couple, Larry and Joan. They both end up passing away, but that does not mean that that is the end of their life. They have to determine where they would like to spend eternity. However, there is a bit of a complication because Joan's first husband, Luke, he's been waiting for quite a while. And so Joan has a very tough decision to make. One, where to spend eternity. And two, who does she want to spend that eternity with? So if you can recall all the way back to when I did my first trailer reactions for this movie, you will remember that I loved the premise of this immediately, right off the bat. Like, I think this is such a really cool and really interesting way of showing what the afterlife could potentially be. And I found it so unique in the fact that, the way that the rules are set up in this kind of, in this kind of world that they're in is like, you can't go in between eternities. Like, once you pick one, you stay there, and it's set. You can't change it. So it's like, whichever one that you pick is going to have to be important, and who you're going to be with is also going to be very important. And I think that idea, I think, really comes down to great direction and great writing as well. David Frenay, I hope I'm saying his last name correctly, was the man who directed this, and he was one half of the writing duo, Pat Cunnahee. I probably butchered that as well. They wrote this movie, and what I think they did was absolutely amazing. Like, the script is really, really well put together, providing, really good arguments for both sides. And the debate is essentially like, which do you prefer? Like, do you prefer, you know, a one-time thing where it was like, you know, you were, in that honeymoon phase, but you never really got out of that honeymoon phase? Or do you want the love that has lasted you for so long and it has had its ups and downs, and you've had your high points and you had your low points, but like, you know you've had those days where it's like, I kind of want to get out of this, but then some other days it's like, this is the reason why I fell in love with this person. So it's like, which one do you want to choose? And then multiply that with, where are you going to spend it? Do you want to spend it in, a place where you always wanted to go, or do you want to spend it in a place where you want to revisit it, and like so on and so forth? And there's like a multitude of options as to how this story goes. And I think they picked the one that is very emotionally like resonant, with people. And I think it will be very emotionally resonant with a lot of people. Like, there were a couple points where, I started to feel the teeters well up in my eyes. And that also comes down to amazing performances. Elizabeth Olsen, Miles Teller, Callum Turner, they did an amazing job, especially Teller and Olsen, because we do see what they were like, their characters, Larry and Joan. We do see them how they were when they were older, and they still portray them, even though when they go back in age, they still portray it like they're, that old couple that we just saw, like, all the way at the beginning of the movie, which I think that was a really, really great choice, that they did, and it really helps with their performances as well. Um, John Early and Davine Joy Randolph, as the afterlife consultants, I thought were a really good source of comedy throughout the movie. They had some pretty good lines that made me laugh throughout the film. So I thought they were a nice little breath of levity throughout the film. One thing that I really wanted to compliment was actually two things, were the cinematography and the music. I'll start with the music because I can't remember the cinematographer's name off the top of my head. But David Fleming did the music for this, and he captured really well the whimsy and the sorrowfulness that I kind of associate with like really good Disney movies, because to me, this is kind of a Disney movie where it's like you get to pick out where you want to be forever, but it's like there is a cost to that. And I think the music portrayed that really, really effectively. So I had to give major props to Mr. Fleming on doing an amazing job with that score. And then the second thing I wanted to praise was the cinematography. Cinematography in this is really, really good. You get some of these shots that, you can just hang up on a frame. There's one shot of Elizabeth Olsen's character, Joan. She's in what is called the archives. And it's this big long tunnel that has like lights segmented to like for each of the different stages that there are. And it's just her sitting in that hall, and you just see the lights and you just see that corridor expand into nothing. It was absolutely beautiful. There's another one where Larry and Joan, Miles Teller and Elizabeth Olsen, they're laying in a boat, and it's a top down shot, and it probably stays on them for like maybe 2 to 3 minutes, and it's really, really good. Like, there's a lot of long takes and a lot of shots that you just see the actors act in real time, and I found that to be absolutely amazing that they were able to to be able to pull that off, and to be able to pull it off so seamlessly. Um, not even to mention the amazing production design. Like I like the design of the junction as it's called, where if I'm being at all honest with myself, and I know my nerd side is going to show when I say this, but it kind of looks like the TVA a little bit, just just a little bit. But I really do like the production design of it, and it makes it look like both, a little bit like the TVA from Marvel, but also like um, a shopping center where that has all like the pop up booths all over the shop, all over the place, and people are advertising all these different eternities and stuff like that, and I really dug the production design of it. But yeah, I had a really fun time with this. It is definitely an emotional movie. Really good performances, really good cinematography, really good music. This is another hit, in my opinion, from A24. Uh, Granted, I don't think it'll make like a ton of money at the box office, but I still think it'll be a critical hit with people. So if you do have the chance to go see Eternity, I highly recommend that you do so because it is a really really good movie. But I know I got to see it early. But what did you guys think of it? Let me know down in the comments below. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my review, guys. Be safe out there, and I'm just going to let you in on a little bit of a secret. My eternity is a world where I don't have to deal with my non alcoholic fatty liver, and I can just eat whatever I want and have no stomach problems. That is my perfect eternity. That's just all I'm going to say. And I will catch you guys next time.